Hello, hi, good evening to all. Welcome back to my special session, specially made for students who are seeking job, that is job interview skills. As you know already, in my previous, it means yesterday session, I had completed by giving you a beauty of that concept of that interview skill. Interview skills are the integral part of students' life. Any students who are coming out from the colleges after completion of their graduation or post graduation, one has to face interview. Okay, so that particular time makes a very difference. Somebody they are talking in very negative, somebody they are very aggressive. What exactly you needed in interview, that is going to decide whether you will selecting or not. So today let's confine our attention on what exactly the meaning of interview, on what is the importance of a interview, and who are the part of interview. So let's take the first one, interview. Yes, if you see the word, it is a very meaningful word, interview. If you split into two, this interview, when it is split into two, it becomes inter and a view. So I mean, what I wanted to say, the name interview itself suggests enter and view. It means it is a process of checking your or testing your or finding your internal abilities, internal values, internal that some kind of psychological observations. Each and everything will come. So that is going to be observed perfectly in the process called as a interview. So I hope you are getting my words. So inter means internally that characters, it may be values or emotional, okay, your potentiality. So that will appear when you start communicating with the other. So that is a very important thing. Okay, so that is called as a interview. So view means observe. So inter means your qualities, okay, especially characters, okay, then behavior, then values, ethics. So these all etc. So these all are going to be observe perfectly, okay, observe perfectly. So that process is called as a interview. So next, what is very important, already in my previous session I had discussed with you what is job interview skill and why it is needed. So those two questions already satisfied. Okay, so now it is a time to take what exactly in interview process and who will be there in interview process. Already in interview process, in many interviews, we know that basically in a job interview, so there are two person. One is interviewer, another is a interview. Yes, interview is the process, it is a standard process in which the two persons are going to interact. So the first person, who is very important, first we need to understand who is interviewer. The name interviewer means the person who got experience and who has higher position in the companies or in the government sector, or who has from the human resource background, that management. Okay, so totally the management of any organization recognized a particular person to organize the interview and to take that interview. So that person is called as a interviewer. Interviewer has a responsibility of organizing or conducting interview at particular scheduled time, and also for a particular time and with a set of important questions, and to extract the knowledge and skills in the candidates, who is called as a interviewer. I think any company, they are investing maximum things on recruitment and selection. Basically, in recruitment and selection cell, for example, MNC companies and some government, that IPS, IAS, and all these, okay, the fields which require a very efficient and prominent the personality for the interviewer job. Interviewer is a kind of that role. He has to play the role because on behalf of the management, he is thinking. As a part of the organization, he is thinking what kind of candidates are required, what candidates should have the qualities, and how best we can utilize the candidate in the organization after interview, and how we can reach our goal after taking him or her in the organization. So these are the very important aspects with the interviewer. So interviewer, the person who has a sufficient skills, psychological skills and behavioral skills and some more other skills. So he is the person with the that experience in the interview process. So that's why this person who is responsible for taking the interview. So once you got about a interviewer, that person, a very important thing is what he will do in an interview. In interview, what he will do. And I heard and I have seen and I have got information that most of the students, they will fear about interviewer and they will fear about the interviewer also. Why? The reason is because of a lack of confidence, lack of self motivation, lack of communication skills, especially English communication skills. So due to these reasons only, there will be a phobia called as a fear. Don't fear, never fear, because that fear will take you away from the selection. So that's why you should be always have that confidence and positive mentality. So here interviewer is such a person that he is giving you an opportunity. Remember. So how to remove the fear from in that interview process? The very easy thing is what? Just to consider the interview is a person who is like your friend. He is going to understand you by asking questions. If you fear, there will be a distance. So you can minimize the distance. If you maximize the distance, definitely loser is candidate only. It means interview only. So that's why try to understand the process of interview and the role of an interviewer. Here the interviewer is the person who is conducting interview. So this person has some special thing. What he will do? Many of the students, they have that curiosity. Okay, what they will ask. Some students are asking, hey, what interviewer is asked for you? Don't worry about that. Okay, his duty is to ask questions to you. Okay, so the first thing is he has certain good qualifications and experience and expert. He has certain good qualifications and experience. It is a very important thing. He is a very expert in that particular field. For that particular job he is conducting interview. Second is he has set important questions. Important questions. It's a very important. As a part of interview, interviewer is always setting a particular time. I think the best interview will close within 15 minutes, not more than that. Okay? So within 15 minutes, how best you are going to interact with the interviewer. So that's a very important thing. So he has set important questions. So these questions are not like any complicated questions or something. So these questions he is going to ask you how much you are confident in your life and what ideas you have, what strengths you have, what weaknesses you have, and what you are expecting from company, and what do you know about a company or related to that job. So these are the very important questions. Don't fear. So, one very best suggestion to the students is from my side, before going to take interview, you should read the profile of the company. You should read any history of that company. So that will make you a very close to the interview and definitely you will get many ideas also. So here he has set some important questions. Then third one, he has ability to understand your feelings. Yes. Sometimes a best interviewer can understand the interview also. Sometimes what will happen if the candidate is not proficient in language, English, he may ask you to talk in Hindi also, in Kannada also, but not all interviewer. So a good interviewer can understand the interview and his feelings also. So that's why don't fear here. So interviewer who is a person who is testing your abilities, what you already studied or what you already got in your study time or in your education time. So that's why your school education is the first step to acquire the skill. So my kind suggestion to all the students is to please all of you give the importance to skills and knowledge. Definitely that will make you a very perfect for any kind of jobs also. Okay, so this is a very important thing in the interview process. Interviewer, I hope you got who is interviewer and what are the qualifications and what kind of person who is, and I told you each and everything here. So this will make you to remove the fear in the interview. I hope definitely this session will help you a lot to understand today what I covered, interview process and who are there in the interview and what kind of the personality the interviewer has some good qualities also. So these all will help you a lot to prepare for the interview. So in the next session I will take interview. So you should wait lot and lot, because for interview is the job seeker who is called as a job seeker or students. So job seekers are called as a interview. As a part of interview is expecting something and he has a desire and he has that dream to get that job. So how and what exactly you need to do in the interview, these are all things I will take in the next session. So till then, goodbye. Thank you.